Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for coming to the very first Hollywood Pop-Up Comedy Club in Minecraft. Now, this is a new thing we haven't really, tested too much, so if there's any hiccups, we'll iron them out by the next show. But for right now, we just want you guys to enjoy and laugh and have a good time and forget your worries. Now, I know there might be a lot of questions, like how long did this take to build? How is this whole thing going to work out? Why is no one tending the bar? Why don't our toilets flush? Who feeds the fish in the lobby? Why do I look like a tree? All great questions, none of which will be answered. And all hecklers will be thrown into a pit out back that is filled with lava. I really hope you heckle because I'd love to see that happen. Alrighty, my friends, without further ado, let's get started. Alrighty, let's welcome out our very first comedian, the one and only Steven Youngson. Let's go.
Yay!
Hello, listener. Yes, as you may have guessed by my attire, I am from Scotland. And this comes with its problem. This comes with problem as English isn't even my native language. But don't worry, if you find it too difficult to understand me, I could always speak like Shrek. We do have Donkey over here, I've just noticed as well. Nice to see a friendly face. But I come from a small town in Scotland called Wishaw. And if I ever had to describe Wishaw to someone who's never been there, I say, you know how Scotland is known for its beautiful scenery of mountains and castles and freshwater lochs? Well, Wishaw has absolutely none of that. Think of Wishaw as a smaller Detroit, a place that used to be home to a lot of heavy industry, but is now home to a heavy drug problem. Wishaw also has the look and feel of a Minecraft village. A bunch of weird people a bunch of weird-looking people walking about, sighing audibly, and having redundant skill sets like being a blacksmith. The residents run inside at night as well whenever the nighttime falls. Not to hide from zombies, I might add. It's to hide from the roaming gangs of alcoholic 12-year-olds.
No.
To be honest, they look like, act like, and sound like the zombies, only they have the destructive capacity of a charged creeper. So I'm a father of two boys, and right now I'm really proud of my eldest son because he's a key worker in Job Simulator because he's only 8 years old. And after a long day working hard on the convenience store level, when he takes that VR headset off, I say to him, "Thanks for your service, son." I've been working a lot from home over this time, so I've been using Job Simulator too. I just sit in the virtual office, stare blankly at the walls, and just hate my life. It's just like old times. I clock in every day, 9 o'clock to 5 o'clock, take an hour for my lunch. I'm actually thinking of putting in some annual leave next week so I can load up Vacation Simulator instead and just chill out a bit. I actually feel lucky that I've got two kids that are into video games as much as me. You know that some dads can be really into sports and they're always trying to get their kids to throw a ball around outside. Not me. I'm just happy I've got enough kids to get a solid fire team on Destiny 2 together. If my kids were the sporty type though, and they were saying to me, "Dad, I just want to go out and kick a ball around," I'd be like, "Yes, son, we can kick a ball around on Rocket League." Back in 1996, I actually came to America. I went to Cincinnati, Ohio, because I had a wee pen pal called Josh, and me and my parents were taken into his 4th grade class for show and tell, where I guess as research, the class had been shown the film Braveheart, because I was asked the dumbest questions I have ever been asked in my entire life. I was asked, what was it like when I came to America and seen a television for the first time? I was like, are you serious? Are you serious? A Scottish guy invented the television. I was also asked, do you write letters to Josh because you don't have telephones? Again, I was like, are you serious? A Scottish guy invented the telephone. Then they said, where's your kilt? And I'm like, look, I know that my skin is not dispelling any myths tonight, people, that Scottish people wear kilts everywhere, okay? But wait, I'm not physically wearing one right now. They also said, well, is it true you don't wear underwear under your kilt? And I'm like, I'm not even wearing underwear right now. So, from these interactions, I thought that the UK and the US were very different countries. But recently, though, we've taken very similar traits in leadership. We have our country being run by a bad toupee and a set of googly eyes stuck onto a baked potato. And America has has a bad toupee and a set of even smaller googly eyes stuck on a sweet potato. Similar looks, but the American one usually, as always, has a more sugary taste. I like that analogy, especially for Trump, as he's the exact same colour as a sweet potato, like a leathery orange. You know what else is similar? You know what else is similar between Trump and a sweet potato? They'd both make a mess of your car if you hit them at high speed. So recently I signed up for a TikTok account, but I think I'm too old for that. I'm 33 years old. That's pushing it. I don't want to get myself mistaken for being some sort of pedo on there. Setting up an account has probably landed me on an FBI watch list. And if that wasn't enough to get me on an FBI watch list, then signing up for a Minecraft comedy night probably did the job. Now, you probably know that TikTok is full of just cringy dance challenges and clearly set up pranks, but Scottish TikTok is a very different place. Much darker, much seedier place altogether. Every video of Scottish origin is either a parent drunkenly shouting and swearing at their kids, or a kid drunkenly shouting and swearing at their parents. It doesn't paint Scotland in a very good light at all. I should probably stop uploading me and my kids' videos of Destiny 2 there. So, that's been me, guys. Thank you very much. This has been a dream come true to play a gig in Minecraft, and I'll see you all later on. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Oh my god. Guys, this is amazing. That was the best Shrek impersonator I've ever seen in my life. I don't know about you guys. Let's keep this show going with our next comedian, Luke Willoughby. Come on out. I think he's here. Hell yeah.
Yay. All right, hope everyone's doing good today.
Yeah.
So, I remember my first job interview. Obviously, I'm a young guy, I'm a nervous guy, super inexperienced in life, and the manager interviewing me got this vibe, and he started getting a little cocky. The first thing he said to me when I walked in was, "If you're gonna be such a woman about this, how about you start by making me a sandwich?" And I'm like, whoa, please don't talk to me like that. And he was like, please get the hell out of my subway. I am part of the new and upcoming generation. It seems like the biggest problem people have with my generation is the vaping. And really, vaping isn't that addictive. It's all right at best. Like, if I saw someone sucking dick for meth, I would think, wow, he really likes meth. But if I saw someone sucking dick for vape, I would think, wow, he really likes sucking dick. A lot of weird things out there my generation is endorsing, like twerking. Twerking is a lot like smoking cigarettes, because if you're doing it sober, then you have a problem.
He just turned invisible.
And I can't get my grandma to stop. Really making those family cookouts weird.
I see nobody.
My generation is also really atheist, which is understandable. God is a confusing thing. Like, all the stuff he does, really confusing. Like peanut allergies, that is kind of a dick move. It's like God made this super delicious food, and he's like, I know what this needs. Danger.
Are other people hearing him?
Somebody's actually missing.
On a real note, though, you really can't fault the guy too much. He has seen some shit. Like, if you think what you see on the local news is bad, God has like a full aerial perspective on all the stuff he doesn't like. He's seeing genocide in the Middle East, the coronavirus in China, 2 gay dudes kissing in San Francisco. I think it's fun when people say when someone dies that God needed an angel. Apparently, God needs a lot of angels who are addicted to heroin and drunk driving. You know, what the hell is going on up there? I got a little desperate the other day and made out with my 3rd cousin. Yeah, I know. but I would say it was way better than the first two.
What? No.
I actually like to watch incest porn. I like to watch incest porn backwards because then it's like a family realizing maybe this isn't for us. I think it's weird how people call some Democratic leaders pedophiles. I don't get how you can be a pedophile and progressive. Like, I want equal rights to Medicare for all. Where should we start? My van. I read yesterday about a veteran who had gotten new prosthetic legs and then had them immediately taken because he couldn't pay for them. I mean, how do you have that conversation with someone? Good evening, sir. Thank you for your service, but you're going to want to sit down for this one. All right, that's all I got. I believe I lagged out of the game, but that's all right. Thank you, everybody.
My favorite Ninja Turtle, the one who likes pizza. Yeah, so connections are a little, tricky, just like comedy. It's all good. But our next comedian isn't a turtle that knows kung fu. God damn, he is jacked. Look at him. That's craziness. Our next comedian is Andrew Batat. Come on out, Andrew.
Woo! Hey
I
guys.
think he's lagging on
This is hey, what's up? This is my impression of Minecrafters who like the Bane of Arthropods enchantment. Good. Good. Get out of here, spiders! Hey guys, my name is Andrew. A little bit about me. I like my hands wet or sticky, preferably both. Also, just so you guys... Okay.
Like that one.
Also, just so you guys know, if there are any wise guys in the audience, I have some eggs, and I'm not afraid to use them. I think I'm like an alpha beta male. I'm a beta male, but among beta males, I'm pretty alpha. Like, I ain't the type of guy to just walk up and steal your girl. But if you and your girl happen to spend an extended amount of time together due to external circumstances, watch out, buddy, because she might come to find I'm a pretty good listener. This is my impression of Rodney Dangerfield. If Rodney Dangerfield got some respect, I get some respect. I told my I told my psychiatrist that everyone hates me. He said, it's not healthy to think like that. I get some respect. This one time, I was in the car with my mom, and out of the blue, she goes, Andrew, your father and I talked, and we're fine if you don't marry a Jewish girl. But we do want you to raise your kids Jewish. And I was like, Mom, I am 10. And we eat ham.
Oh my god.
I'm Jewish, but if I was Christian, I would think that Jews are really dumb. You got this group of people walking around going, I wonder when the Messiah is going to show up. It's like, bruh, you're 2,020 years late, my guy. Don't you read? I found that I talk to my dog like she's a person. And I don't mean like, who's a good girl? You're a good girl. I mean like, Pebbles, are we actually friends, or do you just hang out with me because I give you food and shelter? Or, Pebbles, I don't think you should be buying a $500 guitar if you already gave up on playing the piano. The election's coming up, but I'm struggling to decide who to vote for. I like both of them so much. One thing that draws me to both candidates is their respective mental fitness. And I'm reassured by the fact that neither of them have ever inappropriately touched or talked about women. So, I wish there was a little both checkbox. You guys know the Friday music video? My heart breaks for Rebecca Black because she just got thrown into the spotlight because she made a fun little video with her friends, and that becomes one of the most popular songs of all time. And people are like, "Oh, it sucks! Oh, it's stupid! The lyrics are not very good." If I sound sympathetic to Rebecca Black, it's because I had my own Friday music video of sorts. A while back, I posted this video to Reddit called Spit in My Hand. In it, I ordered my friend Jack to spit in my hand. And after he does it, I lick the spit.
Oh, no.
I posted it on the Cringe subreddit, and it did sort of well. It got 50 upvotes, but people fucking hated it. More specifically, they hated me. The top comment on Reddit was just one word: gay. The next comment was, "I hate this person." The third most upvoted comment was, "I also hate this person." All right, my name's Andrew. You guys have been great.
Yellow's one of my favorite colors. This guy is great. Alrighty, man. We've had a few little technical difficulties here and there with some, ghosts and visibility and stuff like that. It's all good though. Everything's gonna go great. Up next, we have our third comedian, Drew Muxlow. Welcome, Drew, to the stage.
Well, I was introduced as Drew Muxlow. That is incorrect. I am Drew DeMann. The name. You may have noticed that I'm a pig in an Assassin's Creed outfit. That is because at 12 years old, I thought it was absolutely hilarious and so awesome. I've got some opinions about things. I think the guy who named Gluten should be fired. Of course, everyone thinks it sucks. Like, it's one phoneme off from glutton. Odophile. I hope that people who use the word adulting will soon be corpsing.
What?
I think dating a model would suck. Right, guys? You try to be sweet, call her beautiful, and she'd just go, yeah. But I do for a living. Very Minecraft YouTuber. My girlfriend is probably going to freak out when she finds out I already have a Minecraft wife. Anyone else get married in Minecraft? Can I get a little Yahoo?
Yahoo!
No.
Oh, you mean a
We
you?
got Minecraft divorce though.
My marriage is still going. I don't have the heart to find this girl. Yeah, I mean, a little about myself. One of the most startling discoveries for me as a child was dizziness. Brain gets so mad at you for just going like this. Like, just a toddler spinning around, and your brain goes, "Ugh! Okay? Right now, or I'm going to slam your skull into the cement. I will kill myself just to kill you, just to keep you from doing a twirl." Meanwhile, you can smoke 30 cigarettes in a day. Your brain is like, a good thing to inhale. If you try to stop, I'm going to make it pretty much impossible. Went to a Christian school. One time, my classmate Alexia said, if eating saltines is a sin, I'd be going to hell. Really? You'd abandon the entire faith for saltines? I mean, if we were talking Ritz crackers, that's something else entirely. I've been going to a new church lately, though. My old pastor used to say these things that were lies. Like a few weeks ago, he told this story about adultery. That a man was cheating on his wife. The pastor walked to his house and said, "Stop right now." The adulterous man said, "Maybe later. I'm on my way to my mistress's house right now."
Oh.
Or on the pastor. Hopped on his motorcycle, hit the freeway. Moments later, collided with a semi and died instantly. Cops showed up. Ironically enough, there was nothing left to identify him but his wedding ring. You're cheating? Stop right now. You know, message. Let's back up a little bit. Nothing left to identify him? If you've ever watched a crime show, you know all they need is a fingerprint, or teeth, or blood. Telling me this guy got hit by a car, turned into a skeleton, a toothless skeleton. His wedding ring had his name on it. I think that's more offensive than the cheating part. Anyway, thanks everybody. My Minecraft wife is calling. Sorry.
Alright, that's my favorite pig assassin in the world, my friends. Up next, we got Jack Grossman.
Woo!
Yeah.
Woo! Looking
You guys
sharp.
hear me?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna assume you can, but I can't hear you anyway. Wow. Gee whiz. They were pretty optimistic with the architecture here.
Now we can hear you.
Oh gee, that's me. One sec. Oh. Well, I was watching some trout swim through a plastic tube to a lake, and but some trout were going the wrong way, and they kept getting hit by the other trout. But let's get serious here. If you ever feel like the wrong way dum-dum trout, reach out. You know, none of the other trout will blame you. They'll just be happy that they aren't slapping you around anymore. I spent a lot of time in my early childhood trying to figure out whether it's pronounced kunt or cunt.
Oh my god.
I didn't say it out loud. I just really spent a lot of time considering it. You know, I would sit under trees and look in the distance, and people thought I was smart, but it was just that. You know, sometimes I feel like a wrong way dum-dum trout. I feel like my parents used to care when they spilled water. You know, I've not found that to be true for me. I'm pretty sure that they were concerned, but the world feels different now. That's the end of that bit.
Optimistic.
Most waiters I've had are terrible at their jobs, you know, constantly continuing to do the actions that they're doing. That's probably an old joke, but I thought I'd throw on my writing cap and take a slap at the wheel, change it up a little, you know, put a little Jack spin on the fact that waiters don't do much waiting. I don't expect that joke to be like a whole quote, all right? But I bet it could make its way into like a bunch of quotes flying at you, like in movie previews. That level of notoriety is about what I'm aiming for with this demonstration, and I feel like I've achieved it. I'm sort of like a farmer in that I've let my potatoes sprout in the pantry. Oh, let me tell you, the old potato sprout growing business, it is the future of the urban farm. Step 1, buy a bag of potatoes. Step 2, wait. Honestly, I didn't even want it to happen, but now that it did, I cannot believe that we aren't using this to solve the world's problems. Potatoes keep growing, everybody. They aren't done. There are bountiful potato sprout salads awaiting us, and we are throwing them away. I'm going to see how much food I can get from them, and if I end up with more than one potato and potato sprout salad dollars, I'm going to be rich. Plus, I'll be crowned a scientist by the government if I break the laws of physics. I think that's a rule. One time I found wheelchairs in this little room in a church, and I played with them. I was just spinning around like a little madman. I sometimes wonder if that was insensitive, you know? Well, wheelchairs are really fun if you have legs. But I don't know if that's okay. I mean, I hope that they're fun if you don't have functional legs, but I feel like they probably aren't. So I don't want to rub it in that I also have legs and fun on wheelchairs. But anyway, I've been Jack Grossman. Thank you.
Woo! Give it up for Jack, guys. Hell yeah. That guy's got a really nice suit. I wish I could afford one. All right. Up next, we got Danish. Come to the stage. If they're here.
Danish?
They may not be here. If they aren't here, then Flim Jen, you are up, my friend.
Yeah.
Ooh, give it up for Flim.
What's up, world of Minecraft? I'm the dipshit that showed up in the default skin to the comedy show. Is my age showing? At least I showed up with, I guess this is a blue orchid I'm holding, and then toilet paper. I'm more of a magician than a comedian. Look at me flip between my blue orchid and my toilet paper like a pro. This is great. Last time I did a comedy show for a room full of teenagers, I got the shit kicked out of me by one of the fathers. It's a more interesting story to share if I share with you that the man had no hands. Man kicked my ass and had no hands. I feel like there's a little bit of sympathy towards this man because, he's disabled. But keep in mind that both his hands were missing, which means that he was probably born this way. He's not like a war hero or somebody that lost their hand for a noble cause. He's just a genetic defect. That's all. So this man came up to me after the show, and he was very angry. And he approached me, and he said, "Hey, listen, man, I don't like your face showing up on my kid's Snapchat." Because I use Snapchat to promote the show, because that's where teenagers live. He held the phone out to me. My picture's on the phone, and all I could think of was, how the fuck is this guy holding this phone when he's got no hands? This is impressive. I realized that he was concerned about the idea that a grown-ass man is doing a show for teenagers, and I'm like, this dude thinks I'm here to fuck these kids. And I'm like, sir, I can assure you I am way too old to have the worst sex of my life. And the crowd thought that was funny, but this dude did not. Like, listen here, funny man, I'm not joking around. Talking about pedophilia. Like, whoa, dude, you got the wrong idea. Pedophiles have sex with little kids. They got a different word for grown adults that have sex with teenagers. Opportunists. Needless to say, the man was not happy, though the crowd was amused. And he got in my face, and he shoved me with both of his club fist hand things. And that's when I knew the man meant business, because this was a father who was pissed drunk at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Did I mention this comedy show was at a library? So he shoves me, and his son gets in between and goes, Dad, please, can we just leave? And that was when I realized this guy had a son and not a daughter. Because, I'll be real. If he had a hot 17-year-old daughter, I mean, I would at least ponder the thought. But, he's concerned that I'm going after his son. So I told him, I was like, sir, now that I have seen what your son looks like, I can assure you that you never have to worry about anyone ever fucking this kid. And that was when I learned that his stubby, missing hands had been replaced by iron fists, because he hit me and I went down quick. I wish that the story ended there, but instead he got in my face and started yelling, why is that funny, man? Why is no one ever going to fuck my kid? And he asked, so this is on him. And I just looked up at him, and my last words were, because his face looks like your hands. That, my friends, is why I'm no longer allowed at the Lilly Library in Northampton, Massachusetts. It seems like he should have been banned, but you know what? Who am I to judge a grown man who's drunk at a library at 3 o'clock in the afternoon? I'm not one to judge. Then again, really, who is the judge when it's a Saturday night and I am in a Minecraft comedy club telling stories about getting beat up by old men? Hey, it's a tough life, folks, but we're all in this together. Thanks, everyone. Have a good time. Ben Flim January. Peace.
Woo! Give it up for Flim, guys.
Whoa.
Flower guy who
Yay.
got beat up by a guy with no hands. How did he drink beer if he has no hands? Oh, probably a straw. But up next we got Heather Johnston, who I don't know is here or not. If she's not, then we're gonna go with Michael Pyle. Michael,
Woo!
you here? Yeah, looking fly.
Yeah.
Come on out. Give it up for Michael.
What?
Hey, what's going on? I'm Michael Pyle. But actually, it looks like the girl I invited didn't show up, so I guess I'm not gonna fucking try.
Oh.
Yeah, quarantine is like a really good chance to get back in touch with yourself, right? Like, I really want to get to know who Michael Pyle really is, and I'm gonna do that right now. Hi, Michael. It's me, Michael. There's someone I'd like to introduce you to. You're both very close to me. Two of you have a lot in common. I think you're really gonna hit it off. This is Michael. Oh, hey, Michael. Hey. Nice to meet you. Yep. Yeah. So, what's your major? Psychology. Oh yeah. Me too. So, want me to give you a hand job? Yeah, anyone in here ever sent a picture of their penis to someone? Anyone do that?
No, wait.
Yeah, sweet. All right. I have a really hard time with it. I have a really tough time doing it. I'm all in my head. I'm thinking about lighting and perspective, right? Like how am I supposed to stay erect when I'm concentrating that hard on a penis? Girls, they always take great nude pictures because first of all, they have like more landmarks, but also they can send it to their friends and get feedback. Guys can't do that. Like if I sent a dick pic to one of my friends, he would be like, "Dude, what the fuck is wrong with your finger?" Girls also send their friends the nudes that they receive, right? They pass them along, which scares some of my guy friends. They don't want to send nudes because of that. But I'm trying to cast a wide net, so that's just my distribution system. Like, I've started sending chain emails like send this penis to 10 of your friends, guys or girls. It's really just about numbers. I'm glad. I'm lucky. I still have like the same my childlike imagination from when I was a kid. It's like vivid and wonderful. That's why I enjoy Minecraft, and also now that I'm mature, I use it for some dirty stuff, like really sick, dirty stuff. I think we should start like recalling breeds of dog, like they do with cars. like it was a good thought, a nice try, but like he can't breathe right. We need to take all those back, fix that, figure out, and then send out, another ones with their noses working. Catch for clunker. I'm in quarantine with my parents. I'm back home. I'm a college student. I'm back home. I've been talking to my mom because there's no one else. And she was telling me back, like when she was younger, that she and her friends used to play with the mercury that was in thermometers, and like it formed this neat little balls. And that's the problem with the modern era, is that like there's so many fun things that we can't do because of heavy metal poisoning. It's such a bummer. Like, you guys know gadolinium? You know gadolinium?
Yeah.
Atomic number is 64. Like that would be probably be so much fun to play with, I bet. It'd be really fun. But we can't do it because of this modern whatever. And lead is actually delicious. Lead tastes really good. It tastes really sweet. But that's actually true. But they took it out of our pencils and they replaced it with this graphite, which just has like barely any protons. I'm not a huge fan of jazz, and when I say that to people, some people go like, "Oh, once you understand jazz, like you notice the rhythms and the patterns, and you can see that like it's all just math." Has anyone heard that? Like people say jazz is math.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's why I don't like it. Why is it being math a good thing? Like, oh, dude, you should play Minecraft. It's so great. Straight algebra. Or like, try this soup. It's subtraction. All right, that's my time. Thanks, guys.
Woo! Hell yeah. That guy's got an even nicer suit than the guy in gray. Damn. No offense, guys. Alrighty, up next, I don't know if this guy's here, but he's got the coolest name by far. Farhat Israef B. Mode Faisal. He's probably not here. I would have definitely noticed. Alright, well, we're just gonna skip to the last guy, Caden McLean. Come on out, Caden. Here he is, right here. This chicken. He's a quiet one. Hold on. Come on, you can do it. I believe in you. Hey, go, cause he's getting shy. Alright, we'll let this other guy dressed like an Incredible go.
Jesus Christ, my computer had arthritis. Could not find my Discord app to save my life. Okay. Alright. What's going on, guys? Hi, I'm Caden McLean.
Hello.
Just a little disclaimer before we start. The National Suicide Prevention Hotline is 1-800-273-8255. That's just in case my jokes make you want to take a one-way trip to Wuhan, China. But, I'm actually 16 years old. Still can't drive, though. Actually, I was able to drive, but the amount of circumstances that let you keep your license is unbelievable. You can run a red light, get in a head-on collision, do 10 over the speed limit, you'll still have enough points to spare on your license. But you hit one pregnant lady, and all of a sudden I'm wanted for 2 counts of vehicular manslaughter. Wouldn't even be able to drive that much because of coronavirus. It ruins everything. Actually, this year I had to start taking school online. It was weird seeing inside of everyone's houses. Or if you're my recently divorced gym teachers, then it was weird seeing inside of your underpass hobo tent. Then there's that one kid in class who decked out his room with swastikas. And let me say, despite what my Jewish friends say, I think they add flavor to my room. I'm just kidding. I'm not a neo-Nazi. Shaving my head is just too much of a commitment. Schooling online is great though. My one problem with the brick and mortar joints is that I never had an opportunity to masturbate. Now that's all I do. No, no, I don't actually masturbate on camera. Actually, there was that one time I needed extra credit in Mr. Andrew's class. Shit, I wasn't supposed to tell anyone about that. My parents tell me that the coronavirus is an historical event. When kids get taught about World War II, they're told about Hiroshima and Pearl Harbor or the Holocaust and how those events changed the world in epic and drastic ways. When my kids learn about coronavirus, they'll learn about some tourists trying to eat a fried bat and subsequently causing an economic crisis. Why the hell would anyone want to eat a bat? The 2014 Ebola outbreak happened as migrating bats carried the disease to West Africa. Hi, yes, I'll have one Ebola on a stick, please. What's wrong with us? Have we learned nothing? Eating rodents is like voluntarily taking a shot of HIV-positive blood. But you know what I really hate about coronavirus? I mean, besides the senior citizen genocide and stir crazy quarantine, what I hate is that coronavirus has a stupid-ass name. Well, actually, it's called corona because it has a crown-like structure, and corona is the Latin word for crown. Well, in that case, Ebola must be Latin for shitting your insides out until you lose your will to exist. Diabetes must be Latin for stay the fuck away from McDonald's. Since when do plagues have to have names that make sense? The Black Death eliminated almost half of medieval Europe's population. That's about as white as you can get. I don't think the Black Death killed a single black person. In fact, that's one of the few things in ancient history that didn't try and kill a bunch of black people. Way to go, Black Death, for being progressive before it was cool. At least we know the coronavirus's target demographic from the start. It hates old people and kids with asthma. Maybe it had an abusive grandma and was bullied in school by a kid with asthma who took its lunch money to buy an inhaler. We don't know. Look, my point is, we know who it hates already. It's not like Mel Gibson where we have to wait 20 years and 3 shit movies before we find out he's an anti-Semite.
His movies are good.
Well, it looks like that's my time. My name's Caden McLean. Thank you and good night.
Well, yeah, guys, give it up for our entire lineup of comedians today. I think this was a great first show. Yeah, guys, if you want to check out more of our content in the real world, check out Hollywood Pop-Up Comedy on Instagram. You can check out our YouTube channel as well under the same name. And this VOD of the entire stream today will be posted there, along with on Twitch at I Am Calson, which will be in the Discord. If you guys want to check out more shows in the future, we're definitely going to be doing this again with bigger lineups, longer sets, more people in the audience. This was just our pilot episode, our very first show, and I'm glad you guys could have been a part of it. This was a blast to set up, and I hope you guys enjoyed. If you want to check out the comedians in the lobby, you guys can do meet and greets, have fun, stay on the server as long as you want, do what you want to do, and thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Also, I forgot to turn off the set lights the entire show, so that's what it was supposed to look like. Little bright, I know.
Do that one more time.
Yeah, all right, we'll take it from the top. All right, everyone back.
One more time.
Good rehearsal. Let's go to the top then. Optimistic, motherfuckers.
That was amazing, guys. Thanks so much for coming.
Yeah, that
It
was
was
fun.
great fun.
Thank you.
That was a great thing.
Yeah, it's great time. Thank you.
That's right.
Yeah, thanks for putting it together.
Cool. Wish we could do more. Do it again soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, stay in the Discord for the future shows. We'll definitely be posting them there in the coming weeks and getting this growing even bigger and bigger.
Thank you.
Good stuff,
We
man.
should do more Minecraft stuff. Yeah. We should actually do more Minecraft stuff. It'll be fun. Whee!
Alrighty, we're gonna end the stream there. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you next time with some other stuff, some more Minecraft, a little bit of GTA roleplay, and everything in between. Until then, peace out.